In this video, we will explain how to set the conveyor calibration for the system using the Yamaha SCARA and tracking option without Yamaha Vision System. This video assumes the following equipment configuration: SCARA, belt conveyor with encoder, robot controller RCX340 with tracking option, support software RCX Studio 2020. Conveyor calibration is a work of matching the conveyor position and robot coordinates. This will allow system to convert the points on the conveyor to robot coordinates. When the conveyor moves, the robot coordinates value will change corresponding to the conveyor encoder counter increment or decrement. Since the positional relation between robot and conveyor is a critical factor in calibration, please perform the calibration work when the conveyor tracking is used for the first time or when the positional relation between robot and conveyor changes. A calibration tool is required to perform the calibration work. Please prepare a tool that is easy to recognize the position of the tip and can be attached to the robot or axis. Install the calibration tool so that the tip matches with the center of rotation of the robot or axis. If the tip of the calibration tool is offset from the robot or axis rotation center position, users need to create a hand definition. Please refer to the video hand definition for details of hand definition. When performing calibration, a fiducial mark is required. Please prepare a fiducial mark that makes it easy to see the position pointed to by the tip tool. In this part, we will explain the calibration procedure using the wizard. Once the calibration is complete, the robot movement range for tracking on the conveyor will be determined. We recommend to put marks on the approximate upstream position and downstream position beforehand. Upstream position and downstream position can be adjusted after the calibration acquisition. Double-click Conveyor Calibration in the window tree of RCX Studio 2020. Click Wizard in the Conveyor Calibration window. Select Disconnect a camera, and click Next. Select Conveyor Number, and click Next. Select the robot number, and click Next. Move and stop the conveyor until the fiducial mark is in the upstream position, then click Next. Move the tip of the calibration tool to the detection position of the fiducial mark. Please make sure the control right is on the correct side when performing the jog operation. Click Teacher Next. Move and stop the conveyor until the fiducial mark is in the downstream position, then click Next. Move the tip of the calibration tool to the detection position of the fiducial mark. Click Teacher Next. Click Next to finish the calibration for Robot 1. Select Calculate, and click Next. The calibration calculation result is displayed. When a user clicks Finish, a save confirmation message will be displayed. Click Yes. Users can check calibration data on the conveyor calibration window. XY of the conveyor calibration data is the position on the robot coordinates when the fiducial mark is in the upstream position when the calibration is executed. R is the angle at which the conveyor flow direction is set with respect to the X direction of the robot coordinates. The downstream position is the distance from the position when the fiducial mark was at the upstream position when the calibration was executed to the downstream position. If the Yamaha Vision System RCX340 Plus is not used, it is necessary to make separate settings on the device to be combined. In this part, we will explain how to acquire the workpiece position on the robot coordinates by taking the case of detecting a workpiece on the conveyor with a sensor as an example. If the positional relationship between sensor and robot changes, users need to perform the setting. The prerequisites are: conveyor number is 1, DI21 turns on when the sensor detects a workpiece. P1 is a position in the working area where the robot can grip a workpiece. P0 is a workpiece position when the sensor detects a workpiece. As shown in the sample, create the program in advance and make it executable. For details of each command, refer to the video robot language commands. With a workpiece in the conveyor working area, teach P1, the position of the robot that can grip the workpiece. Move the robot to a position that does not interfere with the workpiece. Then, execute the program without moving the conveyor and workpiece from the position where the teaching was executed. After program interruption, reverse the conveyor and stop at the upstream from the position where the sensor detects the workpiece. At this time, please make sure the workpiece does not shift on the conveyor. Resume the program. Rotate the conveyor forward to the downstream from the position where the sensor detects the workpiece. The program registers the robot coordinate position where the workpiece is detected in P0. If the workpiece on the conveyor shifts during the calibration work, restart the work from the beginning. That is all the explanation of the conveyor calibration without RCX340 Plus.